f of x equals negative 7x to the 1 power plus 1. Bring down the 1, negative 7 times 1, x to the 1 minus 1 power. 1 minus 1 is 0, becomes negative 7 times x to the 0 power. X to the 0 is 1. Anything to the 0 power is 1. So now I have negative 7 times 1, giving me negative 7. F prime of x equals negative 7. So negative 7x plus 1 becomes f prime of x negative 7. That's my answer. No problem. F of x equals negative 17 plus 2x to the 3 power. F prime of x equals, take the prime of negative 17, I get a 0, plus, bring down the 3, becomes 2 into the front, 2 times 3 times x to the 3 minus 1 power. Becomes 6, x to the 3 minus 1, 2 power. And there we go, that's our answer. F prime of x equals 6x squared. That's our answer. No problem. F of x equals 2 over 4x to the 3 power. F of x equals 2 over 4 times x to the negative 3 power. I've just rewritten that, that's all. Take the f prime, bring down the negative 3 into the front. 2 fourths times negative 3x to the negative 3 minus 1 power. 2 fourths times negative 3 becomes negative 6 over 4. Negative 3 minus 1 becomes negative 4. Negative 6 fourths x to the negative 4 becomes negative 3 halves x to the negative 4. And move that aside, push that over to the left, and we've got x to the negative 4 there. And now let's rewrite that as 3 over quantity 2x to the 4th. And that's our answer. No problem. F of x equals z to the 1 over 3 power. Bring down the 1/3, we got 1/3 z to the 1/3 minus 3/3 power. 1/3 z to the minus 2/3 power. Take the z to the minus 2/3 power, rewrite it as 1 over 3z to the 2/3 power. Positive 2/3 power, that is. And there we go, 1 over 3z to the 2/3 power. Or, df dz equals 1 over 3z to the 2/3 power. That's our answer. No problem. Here's a polynomial, 3x cubed plus 2x squared plus 9x plus 3. F prime of x equals what? Let's do the first term. 3x cubed becomes, bring down the 3, 3 times 3, x to the 3 minus 1 power plus. Bring down the 2, 2 times 2, x to the 2 minus 1 power plus. Bring down the 1, which is the exponent of the x, 9 times 1, x to the 1 minus 1 power, and 3 times x to the 0 power. 3 times 3x to the 3 minus 1 becomes 9x squared. The next term becomes 2 times 2, that's 4x to the 1 power. Next term becomes 9 times 1, that's 9 times x to the 1 minus 1, 0 power. And that the next term becomes 3 times 0 times x to the 0 minus 1 power, but it all negates because we've got a 0 as a factor. 9x to the 0 becomes 9 times 1, by the way. Now let's go to the next line. Bring down the 9x squared, bring down the 4x. 9 times 1 becomes 9. Anything times 0 becomes 0. Blank everything out of the way, move that up, and that's our answer. F prime of x equals 9x squared plus 4x plus 9. No problem. F of x equals radical 9x. Let's rewrite that as radical 9 times radical x. That becomes 3 times radical x. Let's rewrite that as 3x to the 1/2 power. f of x equals 3x to the 1/2 power. F prime of x equals what? Bring down the 1/2, 3 times 1/2 times x to the 1/2 minus 2/2 power, and that gives us 3/2 x to the negative 1/2 power, or 3 over quantity 2x to the 1/2 power, or 3 over 2 radical x. That's our answer. Well, that's it for now. This is Hoboken Gear.